What's good, y'all? I hope y'all been having a good day, a good week. I hope y'all been being as positive as y'all can be, and I hope y'all been uplifting y'all life in some type of way. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about my journey on self-improvement and spirituality, and how I became how I am today. So to start off, I'm gonna start by saying I haven't really went through any crazy experiences in my life. Like I didn't like when you hear from people around, if you're a teen, like 16 through 18 or probably even younger, a lot of people you usually hear that a lot of people change from pain and suffering that they endured as a child, or what they seen, what they went through, them losing loved ones. Now, don't get me wrong, I did have a lot of losses, but the way I was upbroken, it wasn't portrayed as normal, but it wasn't portrayed as something that should affect your future. Okay. So, as a child, I had a good dad, and he's not gone, but he's incarcerated right now. And he really taught me from a child to just continuously, like, your life is your life. Okay. Don't let the environment that you live in affect your life. Because if you're from the Milwaukee area, you know how crappy it can be, and you know how downbringing it can be to your future if you don't know how to maneuver in the right way to overcome your environment. Growing up in the Milwaukee area, for the people that's not in Milwaukee, it's kind of tough, right? Because there's just so much things that happen. There's so much, it's violent, you know, and it's portrayed as normal, right? Because like for the people in Milwaukee, I'm not gonna lie, it's sad, but like we've kind of grown desensitized to it. And as for the rest of the world, I know Milwaukee not just the only place that go through these things. As a whole, we become desensitized to these things, and honestly, that's not normal. It shouldn't be portrayed as normal. But back to what I was saying, my dad really just wanted me to be different from the rest of the crowd, okay? And as a kid, I'm not gonna say I didn't understand, but my dad always wanted me to be different from the rest of the crowd. Like, he just wanted me to be better, okay? He wanted me to be better than he was. Not better than everybody else in the egotistical type of way, but better in a way to where I can help other people. You feel me? And as a kid, I understood that, but a part of me still wanted to, fit in. Because if you're currently going through a spiritual or self-improvement journey right now, you may realize that as you're doing it, you start to get isolated and lonely. And as a kid, I didn't really want, you're a kid, you want to fit in, you want to feel accepted by your peers and stuff. So I didn't really take advantage of that mindset as a kid. And it's helped me in some ways, and it hasn't helped me in some ways, ways that it hasn't helped me in. I'm not very proud of what I'm about to say, but as a kid, I ain't gonna lie, low key kind of was a bully. Like, I was a bully. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I don't know shoving kids in locker type stuff, but like, I was just a crappy person. And it wasn't because I hated who I was. It was more so just because, like I said, I wanted to fit in. I didn't really treat people the best. And as I started to grow up, I started to realize how that may have affected people. Affected their mentality, affected their future. I didn't do anything physical, right? Like I said, I was just a crappy person. Like, I talked bad about other people. And this was like more so during elementary, through, I would say about sixth grade. right? I wasn't the best, okay? And like I said, I started to realize how I may have affected their mentality, make people go through depression, because those type of things may happen. Like, you may not realize it, but the decisions that you make in your life, it affects other people. And I didn't understand that as a kid, and I wish I would have. But that started to really open my mind to, okay, the things I do really affect other people. And the first time I noticed that is when in sixth grade, I think I had said something to somebody, and I could actually see the hurt in their eyes from what I said. And I'm not smiling because, or laughing or chuckling because it's funny. That's just kind of my defense mechanism. I laugh when I think about something messed up. But is in that moment, I realized, okay, fitting in is not worth it. Because to be honest with you, when you fit in, you're only bringing momentarily recognition in from other people. And if that's not really who you are, they're not knowing the real you. You're creating friends with the people that are becoming friends with you are becoming friends with a version of you, not the real you, a version. And after sixth grade, and this was like, middle of the sixth grade, quarantine happened. And I really started to distance myself from a lot of the people I talked to, like literally almost everybody, because like I said, I realized that they weren't really friends. They was more so people that I just talked to, associates, That's what I like to call them, and what my dad told me to call them. They were associates, more so just people that I conversated with, and we had relatable things that we quote unquote like doing, right? So I cut back from almost everybody that I knew. And I really just took that time to start to get to know myself. In quarantine, I ain't gonna lie, it was a tough period for me. I went through some things with my mom, and also, I didn't grow up with my mom. Like, I feel like if I grew up with my mom, I wouldn't be who I am today. Not because my mom is a bad person, but she isn't the best. And I'm starting to realize that now. But during quarantine, I went through some things, but I was also trying to find myself as I was going through those things. And I most definitely found myself in a few different ways. So after quarantine, now this is really what started to cause the shift into my mindset and the dynamic or how my life has played through, right? Seventh grade, I got in a relationship. Okay, now look, it might sound cringy. Hear me out. But the relationship I was in, now let me start off with this. I ain't never been a person to just date somebody for that momentarily feeling of not feeling lonely. When I date to progress, and hopefully that person is in my life for the rest of my life. I know it may sound cringy because that type of relationships is like I don't know. It's not normal in society no more, I guess. But that's how I am, right? So as I got in this relationship, we were strong for like 8 months. Kid you not, like we were locked, like on some Bonnie and Clyde shit, on bro, right? But good things don't last forever, as always, especially in middle school. Okay. Long story short, some things ended up happening that cut my trust from a lot of the people that I was friends with, my guy friends, and then with her. Because to sum it up, she was trying to mess with one of my guy friends, but he was entertaining it, and so was she. So, as you can guess, that it really opened my mind up in a way. You know, like it was like, dang, okay, I can't trust. Like it wasn't on no I can't trust crap, but it was like I've known you since a kid. Like the guy friends that I had, I've known them like literally since a kid, kindergarten type stuff, like brothers. Feel me? Same with her. It was like, dang. That's just a wicked feeling. You feel me? Like if you ever went through it, you know what I mean. But like it's just a crazy feeling for your trust to be betrayed by multiple people that you thought cared about you, but in reality they really didn't. Right? So in that moment, I started to realize, okay, no matter how good you are to somebody, they're not gonna really ever appreciate it as much as you appreciate them, you know? And that's deep. That's really deep when you think about it. It's a crazy thing, right? So I went through that. And after that, literally I'll say about 4 months later, my dad got incarcerated. Okay. He locked up for like, in that moment he was locked up for like 10 years. So think about it. I lost my friends. I lost the person I felt locked in with, and I lost my dad. And my dad was a key person in my life. Like literally, he was my best friend, to be honest with you. Like he was the person that woke me up, you know, mentally, you know, physically, the one who encouraged me to do better in my daily life and to just become a better person, you know, and speak them words into me and encourage me to be the best I can be. So I lost him. And I'm like, dang, this is growing up. I mean, hey, it's crazy. But to sum it up, I had a lot of curves during my childhood. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still having them. But during that period of time of me going through grief, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty depressed. During that time of me going through it, and when you get to your lowest, you realize that you don't really got anybody but yourself. And I realized that. I realized that I couldn't just spend my life feeling sad because of what people did. I realized that I couldn't stop my life because my dad got incarcerated. Because at the end of the day, it's my life. It's my choice to take that step to continue growing in my life, you know? And I started to work out, started to get back to working out because I was working out as a kid. Started to get back to that, okay? Started to help me, you know, by working out. I started off with the gym first. When you go to the gym, when you start off with the gym, it gives you like a momentary dedication purpose of going there every day. Why? Because when you're there, one, it's multiple people around. You don't want to just do your bare minimum. You want to try your hardest. All right. Two, seeing other people progression and they're in the same place as you, I don't know. It's just something about it. And you're surrounded by a bunch of people that got the same energy as you. So I started out with that. And then I did meditation. When you do meditation, you learn how to live in the present. And living in the present is important because you're not just thinking about the past or the future. You're actually living your life. Like, think about it. How much time do you waste of your day thinking about, okay, I could have done this better. Okay, what should I do in the future? Now, don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with thinking about your future. But learn how to have a time and place for it. You shouldn't be out and about and still thinking about these things. No. Enjoy your time in that moment because you're not getting that time back. Okay? So meditation is good for that. And I really just started to try and get to know myself more. You know, I started to heal. I started to forgive. Forgiving people. Okay, for me, I forgive, but I don't forget, okay? And there's a difference. Forgiving is when Now, you don't got to go up to this person and say, I forgive you for what you did. I forgive you for doing this to me. Just forgive in your mind. Don't let that negative wound hold you down. Forgive in your mind. Forgive yourself. I had to forgive myself for the bullying that I did, because I'm not gonna lie, it weighed on me pretty bad. I felt bad for it for a while. And you just gotta forgive yourself, because you cannot change what's already happened. You cannot make somebody want to change. Okay? So this is after I recorded the first part of the video, and I wanted to speak on the part where I said you cannot make somebody change who do not want to change. So people have certain lenses, like everybody has a different way that they see the lens through. And you can only understand your outside to the level that you understand yourself. So when you try to help somebody change and they do not understand themselves that much, and you try to help them change their mindset, that the mindset that you have is from accumulated experiences and thoughts that you have created or went through. If they have not gone through those thoughts or experiences, then it will be harder to help them change their mindset. Do not waste your time trying to change somebody else, especially somebody else who does not want to be changed. And that's something that I really struggle with. That's stunted on my spiritual growth like that. So if you are in the position where you want to help people change, and this is a part of the reason why I make YouTube videos, because instead of wasting time on people who are not ready to change, I'm going to spend the time on people who are willing to change. You know, maybe you should consider being a motivational YouTuber, motivational speaker, whatever you want to be. Okay? Now, with that being said, back to the video. And doing all those steps, I started to heal slowly. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm still in the process of healing, but I'm more open about it, you know, because I realized that, like I said, you're not getting the time that you're wasting. And if you don't take the step to at least try to change, change won't happen. Okay? That was the biggest thing that I realized, right? So when it comes to this spirituality stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm most definitely not no guru when it comes to this. Like, I'm not proclaiming myself as a guru when it comes to this. I still got a lot of learning to do. But when you meditate and when you find a faith to believe in, whether it be the universe itself, astrology, God, anything. Personally, I'm not gonna lie, I believe in all three. Why? Because I believe that there's a greater being. Two, astrology, I'm not gonna lie, read your birth chart. Read your birth chart. I read my birth chart, and like it was so many similarities that it was, and I just couldn't swipe it to the side. Okay, gotta take advantage of it. Okay, and you can also do astrology to get to know yourself better too. Understand why you do the things you do. Thank me later. No bull. Search your birth chart, zodiacsign.com. Okay, that in the universe. Universe, if I'm not, okay, like I said in the previous video, I'm gonna do a video on universal laws eventually. It's a lot to learn though, so give me some time. But the universe, stuff that you speak out, it will come back to you. Your mind reflects what is around you. Your mind reflects your life, okay? We are all connected in one big puzzle. Everybody is just an individual puzzle. Everybody is different. But we are all connected. It might sound crazy, but do your research. I'm gonna start getting into that eventually. But that's what really started to cause my awakening into a normal mindset, into a normal mindset into my own mindset. Let's call it that. A normal mindset into your own mindset. And I call it a normal mindset because the normal mindset is what you just gather from around you. Your own mindset is what you start to gather by yourself. When you get to know yourself, you get to understand people, like you get to just understand things that happen more under, like, I don't know how to explain it, but you just understand, because you start to understand that we are all connected in some type of way. Bro, you can't lie. I'm cooking, right? So when you start to get to know yourself, and main like, you're gonna go with the flow that you go with, not with what quote unquote fate is giving you or what your ego wants to happen. You're going with what you want to do. Okay? So that's what caused me really wanting to change. And like I said earlier in the video, my dad always wanted me to do something to help the world, and I wanted to do something to help the world too. I always knew since a kid that I was going to do something big, like, for real. And I feel that me helping other people grow mentally or spiritually, I feel like that is the way to bring the best into the world that I can. So with that being said, what I feel that my current mission is, and my current purpose is to continue to help people grow, continue to help people awaken spiritually, whichever way they need to, whether it be finding themselves, whether it be getting through the tough challenges that their spiritual journey bring, whether it be the life experiences that they are going through right now. That is one of my purposes. I have two. Okay, it's that and working on myself. Because in order to help others, you gotta help yourself first. Okay, so those are my two missions and purposes that I feel right now. And I don't feel like that's going to change anytime soon, because this is something that I genuinely care about. So, with all that being said, as I said before, my life didn't have any major experiences or problems that really shifted my mindset. If you really paid attention to what I was saying, it was just the main shift was me. The main shift after that depressive episode and that feeling of feeling stagnant and not wanting to be stagnant anymore, it was me that started the change. And what I want you to take from this is it starts with you for your own change. Nobody else can make you want to change. Nobody else will care if you change unless they are really a good-hearted soul. You have to care before anybody else, and I want you to understand that. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your energy on other things that are insignificant for your future or your life. Take advantage of your time. Love yourself enough to where you want to change. You want to do better for yourself. You want to do better for the people that believe in you. You want to do better for your higher self. You want to do better for your younger self that went through the problems. You don't want to continuously boom, boom, boom. You don't want to continuously having bad experiences and not getting anywhere. Okay? Those bad things that you went through as a child, those bad experiences that you went through as a child, it wasn't just there to bring you down. It was there to bring you up. It's up to you now in order to bring yourself up. Bring yourself up. Love yourself enough. And I hope y'all really just let this video resonate within you. Please take something away from me. Like I said, I want to see the world become a better place. And I believe that it starts with one person. Either that one person is going to be you, or that one person is somebody else who's going to take your spot. I love you always and forever. Have a good day, have a good night, and stay positive. Peace.